diagram showing bark and dune formation, with the wind blowing from left known as scythe dunes may form. These also occur parallel to a strong wind that blows in one general direction. Transverse dunes run at a right angle to the prevailing wind direction. Star dunes are formed by variable winds, and have several ridges and slip faces radiating from a central point. They tend to grow vertically. They can reach a height of 500 m, 1,600 feet, making them the tallest type of dune. Rounded mounds of sand without a slip face are the rare dome dunes, found on the upwind edges of San Seas. 59. Gypsum dune fields, White Sands National Park, New Mexico, United States. In deserts where large amounts of limestone in mountains surround a closed basin, such as at White Sands National Park in south-central New Mexico, occasional storm runoff transports dissolved limestone and gypsum into a low-lying pan within the basin where the water evaporates, depositing the gypsum and forming crystals known as alnite. The crystals left behind by this process are eroded by the wind and deposited as vast white dune fields that resemble snow-covered landscapes. These types of dune are rare, and only form in closed arid basins that retain the highly soluble gypsum that would otherwise be washed into the sea. 60. Photograph of desert pavement, small stones left behind by wind. Windswept desert pavement of smooth, closely packed stones in the Mojave Desert. A large part of the surface area of the world's deserts consists of flat, stone-covered plains dominated by wind erosion. In Eolian deflation, the wind continually removes fine-grained material which becomes wind-blown sand. This exposes coarser-grained material, mainly pebbles with some larger stones or cobbles. 53. 19. Leaving a desert pavement, an area of land overlaid by closely packed smooth stones forming a tessellated mosaic. Different theories exist as to how exactly the pavement is formed. It may be that after the sand and dust is blown away by the wind, the stones jiggle themselves into place. Alternatively, stones previously below ground may in some way work themselves to the surface. Very little further erosion takes place after the formation of a pavement and the ground becomes stable. Evaporation brings moisture to the surface by capillary action, and calcium salts may be precipitated, binding particles together to form a desert conglomerate. 61. In time, bacteria that live on the surface of the stones accumulate a film of minerals and clay particles, forming a shiny brown coating known as desert varnish. 62. Other non-sandy deserts consist of exposed outcrops of bedrock, dry soils or aridisols, and a variety of landforms affected by flowing water, such as alluvial fans, sinks or playas, temporary or permanent lakes and oases. 19. A hamada is a type of desert landscape consisting of a high rocky plateau where the sand has been removed by aeolian processes. Other landforms include plains largely covered by gravels and angular boulders, from which the finer particles have been stripped by the wind. These are called ridge in the Western Sahara, Sahara in the Eastern Sahara, Gibber Plains in Australia and Sai in Central Asia. 63. The Tassili Plateau in Algeria is an impressive jumble of eroded sandstone outcrops, canyons, blocks, pinnacles, fissures, slabs and ravines. In some places the wind has carved holes or arches, and in others, it has created mushroom-like pillars narrower at the base than the top. 64. On the Colorado Plateau, it is water that has been the prevailing eroding force. Here, rivers, such as the Colorado, have cut their way over the millennia through the high desert floor, creating canyons that are over a mile, 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters, deep in places, exposing strata that are over 2 billion years old. 65. dust storms and sandstorms. Dark brown sandstorm about to engulf a motor pool. Dust storm about to engulf a military company rock. 2005 sand and dust storms are natural events that occur in arid regions where the land is not protected by a covering of vegetation. Dust storms usually start in desert margins rather than the desert's themselves where the finer materials have already been blown away. As a steady wind begins to blow, fine particles lying on the opposed ground begin to vibrate. At greater wind speeds, some particles are lifted into the airstream. When they land, they strike other particles which may be jerked into the air in their turn, starting a chain reaction. Once ejected, these particles move in one of three possible ways, depending on their size, shape and density: suspension, saltation or creep. Suspension is only possible for particles less than 0.1 millimeters, 134 million kilometers. Being the prevailing eroding force. Here, rivers, such as the Colorado, have cut their way over the millennia through the high desert floor, creating canyons that are over a mile, 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters, deep in places, exposing strata that are over 2 billion years old. 65. Dust storms and sandstorms. Dark brown sandstorm about to engulf a motor pool. Dust storm about to engulf a military company rock. 2005 sand and dust storms are natural events that occur in arid regions where the land is not protected by a covering of vegetation. Dust storms usually start in desert margins rather than the desert themselves where the finer materials have already been blown.
Yes, sir. I'm very sleepy, but I like to try to continue my daily life. I'm very sleepy because I never sleep enough in the night, and when I'm close to falling asleep, I'm clicking with my mouse by mistake because I have to scroll down. But this camcorder I can charge very fast, like 1 hour. I can record like 2 hours. This camcorder takes 24 hours to charging. Let's get some cola. It's 7 p.m. and I like to make a video on Dennis after I read it, but I need to charge the camcorder. So I just like to continue my life as long as possible, even I am sleepy, or I'm just sleepy because I'm not sleeping enough. I cannot sleep my whole day because then I cannot sleep tonight. I have to get up every day. I just have to get up even I'm super sleepy. I'm getting up very late, like 9 a.m. But I'm sleeping too late. But I don't know how to change it because I'm living alone in my apartment. I'm not going out because I have no work. I have a pension. I don't need to get out and do anything. So sorry for this. Just read again from the top of the page. So I will just continue to finish reading. And English is not my language, so I not understand everything. So I have to read again from the top. I have to reboot my computer because the auto reading had stopped working. So I have to reboot my computer, but I cannot do that now because I'm reading this Actually, I could do that. Got to page 10. Of course, just reboot. Yes, reboot. Just reboot. Then we have to wait some minutes. Could eat some snacks. Of course, it will take 2-3 minutes. I was in this little discount supermarket again, and I got more cola for the weekends. And snacks. So just like to try continue my life. But one day my life is I'm not here anymore because I maybe get sick or cancer or something or accident or some crazy stalker attack me. You never know. So got page 10. So I have to log in. Yes, I have to log in my computer. We have to wait another minute because this computer is 5 years old. So when I reboot my computer, Adobe Acrobat used to offer me I can open all the documents. I have to click this blue one. Then all the documents open again. Then the auto reading should work. Then page 10. There. Then I will go back to my bed. And continue. And if my computer crashes, just continue, reboot and try again. Now the auto reading should work again.
Being the prevailing eroding force. Here, rivers, such as the Colorado, have cut their way over the millennia through the high desert floor, creating canyons that are over a mile, 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters, deep in places, exposing strata that are over 2 billion years old. 65. Dust storms and sandstorms. Dark brown sandstorm about to engulf a motor pool. Dust storm about to engulf a military camp in Iraq. 2005 sand and dust storms are natural events that occur in arid regions where the land is not protected by a covering of vegetation. Dust storms usually